My name is Steve Ridgel, and I'm going to tell you that this year I'm not making a resolution I almost always make. I'm not resolving to lose weight this year. Now, I may be the only person in the United States who is resolving not to lose weight, but I'm going to tell you the background to that. Every year when I go for my annual physical, I walk in and I tell my doctor, who actually, I knew him when he was growing up. He's a great guy and he's a believer, so it's really neat to have a doctor like that. But I go in and I say, Chad, let me just go ahead and tell you before you start. Exercise more, eat less, drop 20. And he looks at me and says, well, I was thinking 30, but 10 would be a good start. And then we do my physical and on we go. And one year I came in and he said, well, you want the good news or the bad news? And I said, well, I guess the bad news. And he said, the bad news is you haven't lost any weight. Yeah, I guess that's not good. And he said, you want the good news? And I said, yeah. And he said, you hadn't gained any weight. He said, I went back and looked, and for 12 years, you're the same. You don't ever gain weight. You don't ever lose weight, but you'd be healthier if you'd lose weight. And I said, so what do you want me to do? And he said, nothing. I said, what do you mean? He said, you know what? If you ever want to drop 10 pounds, you'll do it. You know what to do. Your willpower is strong enough. You can drop 10 pounds if you want to. You could drop 20. But the key to this whole thing is not me talking about what your health's going to look like. It's not me coaching on what to do. It's you deciding you want to lose some weight. I've thought about that a lot. And by the way, before you say, boy, you ought to do something, this year I actually did lose 5 pounds. So, but I decided that's really right. I don't really want to lose weight bad enough, or I would eat less, or cut my portions down a little, or exercise a little more. The truth is, I kind of like where I am, I guess. And, I thought about that a lot spiritually. I hear a lot of people, even this time of year, making all sorts of spiritual resolutions, how they're going to be more spiritual about this, and they're going to do less of that and more of this. And the truth is, the reason most of us don't live up to those resolutions, we really don't want to. I mean, if you want to read the Bible more, that's an easy thing to do. You know what to do, read it. You want to go to church more? Well, you know what to do, start going. You want to talk to your neighbors about Jesus? You know what to do. Invite them over for a meal and start the process. You want to stop drinking? You know what to do. Tell some people, get an accountability group, and start taking the steps to do that. You can break patterns, you can start patterns, but I'll be glad to help you. But the real truth is most of us don't change things because, well, the truth is we don't want to change. So let's just do everybody a favor. Let's don't make resolutions you don't mean, especially spiritual ones. God's not impressed by your lip service, and God knows your heart. So if you don't mean it, you're not fooling God at all. And the truth is, you're not fooling yourself. You know whether you want to be more spiritual. You know whether you want to be a believer. You know whether you want to live as a believer. And the people closest to you probably know it too. So, if you really want to do it, you don't even have to tell anybody, just start doing it. And if you don't, well, it sure has saved a lot of stress in my doctor's office at my physical. He just says, do you want to or do you not? And that's kind of the key to a whole lot of things.